welcome to this week's episode of Talk Culture, where we...
What's this? You dive every time we start, man. You getting in there. Let's start the show. Anyway, we're starting the show. Go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting you right in the beginning.
On this week's episode of Talk Culture, we are going to be going back to the GameFinder series, where we are talking about Phasmophobia.
That's how they actually say it in the title of the game. Speaking of the game, we're going to tell you about the game. Phasmophobia for PC on Steam.
I think it's $14 if you want to know that too.
Like
Price
$14,
point. It's
give
a
or
good pickup.
take.
It's a good pickup.
It might be a little bit less. It might be a little bit more. Either way, it's worth it. We're going to tell you why it's worth it. Why don't you tell them a little bit about Phasmophobia?
All right.
Or as some of us like to call Phasma, because Phasmophobia is just too much to say in a normal sentence.
Remember you were calling it Phantasma yesterday?
Phantasma. I call it a Phantasma because I feel like there's phantoms.
Ooh. We'll get to that.
All over the place.
We'll get to that.
We'll get there. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Ahead of you.
So a little bit about Phasmophobia, or what we call Phasma.
What is Phasmophobia?
You don't know what Phasmophobia is?
I feel like I'm putting a T in because you said phantom.
Are you saying Phantasma?
Phantasma.
Phasmophobia. It is the fear of ghosts.
Oh, there's ghosts in this game.
The whole game is about ghosts.
What?
Ghost hunting.
Oh!
I feel like we jumped past a couple things.
All right.
Let me dial back.
That was our rewind noise.
What? This game got a 10 out of 10 on Steam.
Which, for you Steam players, you know how volatile those scores on Steam are. I mean, one bad patch, you're going down to a
Is
3.
it like that bad? Like they just turned.
Steam players are most of the time brutally honest, but I tell you what, they did Cyberpunk wrong.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah, we'll cover that some other time when we have enough time to cover that, which will be never.
So 10 out of 10 on Steam. This was released in September of 2020. September 18th to be exact. Who's the publisher, DK?
Well, it's Kinetic Games.
What other games they put out?
I don't know.
Exactly. But it doesn't matter because this game won a Game Award for the best debut indie game.
Wow. Let's hear it. Don't you ever put me in a position like that again where I was supposed to have something queued up. How are you not going to tell me? How are you not going to tell me you're going to ask that question? I couldn't research. How am I not going to research? What am I supposed to research?
We have to take it up with the R&R department.
Oh.
What's the other R?
Producers.
Research and recovery.
Anyways, so Phasmophobia is, like we said, a PC game, but it also has VR capabilities if you have like the HTC or maybe even Oculus. I've watched people play this just on YouTube in VR. First of all, just playing it without the VR is terrifying at points. I mean, he literally jumped out of his pants. Like, what? He jumped. Completely vertical leap. Like, this man could have got a Heisman Trophy for jumping as far as he did out of his pants playing this game. It was terrifying. And that wasn't even in VR. That was just sitting at a computer playing it.
Come on, man.
So
you chucked me. You chucked me under the bus.
What do you mean?
You chucked me under the bus. Saying I jumped out of my pants? You know I'm the least likely to be scared. It's you. It's you.
No.
Actually, you know what? You're right. I did scream like a little girl that one time.
You did.
That was pretty funny.
I mean, I did too.
I mean, they heard me from the RV. What was that?
Sorry. Anyways, the game is 1 to 4 players, so you can play it by yourself. It's very hard by yourself and not as fun. But we usually play it with 4. That's when you get the most fun. But the consequences are the same with 1 person or 4 people. You die, you're out. You're now a phantasma, a phantom.
Stop saying the word. You're saying it always wrong.
A phantasm.
You say a phantom in the wind? All we are is phantoms in the wind.
Yeah. Man, songbird of our generation. Anyways, why don't you tell these people some of the tools that you use in the game?
All right. So if you're not familiar,
tell them about the tools.
I'm getting there.
All right.
I should have waited till you're drinking. It might have got you. All right. So some of the tools, if you're not familiar with any of the ghost shows that are on Travel Channel, whatever other channel it's on, I don't know.
Spooky Channel?
The Spooky Channel. We have ghost boxes, which is like ways that they talk to you, as in the spirits.
The spirit box.
So you have parabolic microphone, and some of these things, I'm not going to go into full detail of what these things are.
We just actually found out what a parabolic microphone was to begin with. like because of this game, we didn't know what they were.
I'm gonna put a
But it was
picture
pretty
in.
cool. Yeah, put a picture in.
I'm putting the picture in right here.
There it is.
Tell me this does not look like
An
something
umbrella.
that you would get.
Oh.
No, something that you wouldn't get at like remember when we were in elementary school and you're always
Scholastic
selling
book
some
fairs.
No, not Scholastic Book Fair.
Oh,
Like remember you sell all the
the
chocolate.
candy fundraisers.
Yeah, so you get like a
got you.
disco ball. Who wouldn't want that?
The blue see-through telephones that were
Well,
like
you
as
get
small as your palm. You're like, hello.
And they never worked probably.
Yeah.
Remember you get the glasses that have like the things
yeah,
around it?
you can see
that
behind
should be.
you, and you're like, ha! I see you, but you didn't know.
But why would you turn around? Because you still see them. You're welcome. But also, that should be a tool for this game. Getting back to the tools. Tell me I'm wrong. Anyways, you have cameras, digital cameras, video recording cameras, so you can track down some spirit orbs.
We got some of those old cameras that like look like it has that like retractable thing on the front, and you gotta hit the cord, like with the flash.
We've never used those though.
But they're there.
I mean, they're there. You got motion sensors as well.
I got some crucify. That's plural for crucifix, if you didn't know.
We got EMF detectors and thermometers to scale how cold or how hot it is while you're trying to narrow down where this ghost and spirit is in this house. So there's different levels, different buildings. They're small, all the way up to an asylum, which is like extremely large, very long game. So really, you
What
can
if the
pick and choose.
asylum was actually the small place? What a twist! And the house was the bigger area. Like the asylum literally is just a one-room house.
Well, asylum's not a house.
But that's what it is in this game. Anyways, let's move on. You're getting off topic. What kind of ghosts are in this game?
I'm glad you asked this question because I'm here to tell you. So we have different things, and all these ghosts, I will just preface this by saying, all these ghosts have different abilities. Some are a little bit faster. Thinking about it, when we were putting together our list, EK, we left off one, but I remembered it because I did my R&R, and I actually am the R&R department. What does the other R stand for?
You're the R&R?
What research and what? Just tell me now.
Research and record players.
What? This is like another S&G's one. Snakes and Gargoyles, research and record players. But all these ghosts have different abilities. Some are faster than others. If you take a photo of them, they kind of disappear.
Like,
Just to kind of go over it. You have Urays, Jinn, demons, which are very hard to get, and when you get them, they're kind of mean.
terrifying.
Which makes sense
They're
because
very
it's a
scary.
demon. You have wraiths, banshees, poltergeist, spirit, phantom, mare, shade, odings, and revenants. The one that we forgot.
it is, the
I
revenants.
told you. I told you.
They're so fast. Ooh.
That's literally it. But they are one of the more difficult ones, I guess, to kind of get away from. But I did it like 3-4 times in the game. DK, I think that's one you died on. Talk to me about it.
Man, he was fast. I didn't see
He
him.
didn't
I was
get
trying
me.
to run up
He
the
didn't
steps.
get me.
I was trying to run up the steps. He grabbed me by my ankle. He was like, no! And that's my worst fear. I always was afraid of running up steps in the dark. Someone grabbing my ankle and taking me down to the deep depths below. And that's what happened. This game literally takes your strongest fears and throws them in your face and makes you deal with them. Some ghosts only like to talk to you if you're alone in a room, so you got to close the door behind you. You're all by your lonesome, and if it shows up, you got to deal with it on your own.
It's time the nut up or shut up is not Bill Murray.
The Keebler
Tallahassee.
The Keebler elf said, "Nut up or shut up,"
We're talking about something.
unless you have allergies. Anyways,
No. Let me get this. I got
Okay,
this,
you
man.
got this.
I got this, man. I think you literally just had a stroke when you're talking about nut up or shut up. So you don't have to remember all these ghosts, all of the pros, the cons, all the things about them. You have your handy dandy journal.
journal.
A journal.
You really said handy dandy, and then you said journal. You led all these people to think that you were going to say notebook, handy dandy notebook, Blue's Clues, and you hit them a journal.
It happens. It happens. But you got your handy dandy journal. It's going to be your guide through the whole thing, trying to determine what ghost is which, and you got to figure it out.
Yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay.
No, but in this journal, you'll keep track of things like freezing temperatures, ghost orbs, ghost writing. If they decide to write down in their book that you give them a nice little drawing book, and they decide they want to take
Draw a
up some
pentagram.
arts and crafts.
They put pentagrams, typically.
Yeah.
I don't know why they...
But one of the most important things in this game is the fact that you can use your actual voice chat to speak to the spirits. to try to draw them out. This is something that like I've never really like encountered with a game very much. I'm sure there are other games that use what would it be, like voice recording to like be able to point out who's talking specifically. Like that's something very new, I feel. It actually can point directly based off of your voice to what character is talking, so the AI knows if it's someone it wants to talk to or if it doesn't.
And it picks and chooses and like targets one individual. Typically, that's what it seems like. At least one individual, it's targeting them. Yeah. And I feel like, man, it's probably the person that's talking the most crap.
Yeah, and
me and you were good at that.
Yeah, I remember the first time seeing anything like this with voices was with the Alien game that came out a couple years back.
Okay.
I were like, if you made noise and the microphone picked it up, the alien could find you.
Very true.
It's kind of like something very similar, but there's so much more to it. I mean, you're talking over headset, or you're talking over walkie-talkie, talking just in your local chat, and like the ghosts, they just pick up on the things you like. It's almost like talking to a real ghost. Like it's a intelligent AI speaking to you.
I'll be honest. I think that was the true intention and point.
I mean, I felt like I was talking to a real ghost the whole time. Like I was just sitting there talking to like Prince. Like he could hear me.
Prince.
And then he attacked me right afterwards, and I ran.
Was he the one that dragged you to the depths of purple hell?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Purple hell itself.
Do you think it rains in hell? If it does, and Prince is there,
sorry,
Prince, if you're somehow hearing this, you're not watching. Maybe can you? I wonder. That's my main question. Can you watch stuff in like when you're dead? Like, how does that work?
I mean, I feel like you have more important things on your plate than watching TV.
Do you? You're dead.
Yeah, maybe you don't. Who knows? I guess we're not gonna know.
I don't know. But what we do know, Phasmophobia is definitely one of the coolest games that we have played in quite some time. I know we are the spooky boys at this point. You know that we love things that involve horror, ghosts. We used to go ghost hunting. I mean, we're kind of going to do it again.
Because we actually tried to stream this game for you guys like 6 months ago, and we couldn't figure it out. We didn't know it was a multiplayer game, so we just gave up on it.
That was his fault.
Which, I mean,
R&R department.
We didn't look in. I blame the R&R department. And last time I looked, it was you. But recently, our friends, Dylan and Nicole, got us into it. And hell, I mean, we even had our wives playing it last night. And let me tell you.
What a treat. What a treat.
It was great.
Absolutely.
We should have recorded it for you guys. Next time we will. But man, if you're looking for a new multiplayer game to play with your friends, you know, you're not too afraid of some phantoms.
The spirits.
Pick up Phasmophobia. That's what it's called, right? Phasmophobia on Steam. You're going to have a good time.
Oh my God.
What? You got to switch it up a little bit. You just jazz it up.
Man, this is the first. This is literally the GameFinder. We didn't even. Come on, man. This has been a long time.
Phasmophobia.
Friendsmophobia.
Friends with words.
This is literally the first time we've done GameFinder in quite a while. And look what you're doing.
All right.
Look what you're doing.
Phasmophobia.
Let me just tell you something.
On Steam.
Okay. It's great.
Go check it out. It's fantastic.
Speaking of things that you're doing, let's talk about things that they should be doing.
Oh, well,
definitely be making sure you like, share, subscribe, and make sure you're ringing that bell to be notified of other video notifications.
After this time,
other videos that we are dropping for you guys here on this YouTube channel. And as always, thank you so much for supporting
Talk Culture.